A place is a specific point on Earth that is distinguished by a particular characteristic. Describing the features of a place is an essential building block for geographers to explain similarities, differences, and changes across the Earth. Generally, geographers will describe a feature's place on Earth by identifying its location, the position that something occupies on the Earth's surface. Generally, geographers are concerned with what makes a space unique, and geographers define space as an area of land on Earth or the gap between two objects. We're not talking about outer space. And human geographers are interested in how people have manipulated, delineated, or created ownership over space. There are generally six major characteristics of place. Places have a location, are in a direction and have a distance from other places. Places change over time. Places interact with and relate to other places. Places have size and scale. They possess physical and cultural features and can be grouped into regions based on similarities and differences. Places can be identified in three ways: their name, their site, and their situation. A toponym is the name that is given to a place on Earth, and it's the easiest way to describe the location. Names are derived from famous people in the area, a religious affiliation, physical features, or possibly even the origin of its settlers. The names of places often reflect the thoughts, feelings, needs, experiences, physical features, or history of the town and/or its inhabitants. The site is the physical characteristic of a place, or the physical character of a place. It describes the location by the characteristics that are present in a specific location. It's generally what you see in a specific location. So physical characteristics can include things like climate, water sources, topography, soil, vegetation, latitude, and elevation. It may also have human characteristics that include the businesses that exist there, the government, the cultures, and other things like that. The situation of a place is the location of a place that's relative to other significant places, resources, or activities. This is actually a synonym for relative location, but it also gets to the why of where something is. So why is the situation helpful? Often it's helpful because it allows for us to understand how a place has access to necessary resources, or something like the proximity to areas of conflict. And how are places connected? Well, patterns of movement of people or ideas from one place to another relates to the geographic concept of diffusion. This is a process by which a characteristic will spread across space from one place to another over a period of time. And the place where that idea or person or people originated from is called a hearth. Flows of diffusion are often expressed in maps as lines from one place to another, with the line getting larger or smaller depending on the amount of people or the idea spreading. Contact actually decreases and eventually disappears with an increasing distance from a hearth that leads to a loss in cultural features, and we call this distance decay. Distance decay has an inverse or a negative relationship, so as one goes up, the other goes down. And this can cause a friction of distance, which is the expense and effort that it takes to stay in contact, and that expense and effort to stay in contact increases with distance. The reduction in time that it takes for something to reach another place as a result of increasing technology is called the time-space compression. Technology travels quickly and provides information instantaneously via networks that create spatial interactions. So, for example, broadcasting networks like ABC, NBC, Fox, and CBS have hundreds of affiliates that broadcast the same programming at the same time. And transportation networks work in the same way as well, with hub and spokes networks. So larger hub airports will connect to smaller spoke airports. More traveled interstate hubs will branch out to lower traveled interstate spokes.